With the new AD at Dudley, Coach Lee, first of all, what does it mean being a female to take over as an AD in a Guilford County situation where there's not that many female ADs? I think Debbie Jones at Ragsdale, Sherry Sharp at Northeast come to mind, but this is a whole new type situation for you here.
It is definitely a whole new world. I would definitely like to continue to carry the torch that my other female athletic directors in the county have already, started to carry. I want to take it on and continue to blaze that trail to show my other young women that are coming up that they too can succeed in this type of level and role, and that your femininity does not in any way hinder you to be able to.
It should help. You think it helped the women's athletic program at W2, women's athletics, seeing a female in charge might encourage more girls to come out and get involved in women's sports.
Absolutely. That is definitely one of my hopes, that them seeing me would have them want to come out and be able to try more. If not, I don't mind having conversations just to pick a few brains, I like to build relationships with my students.
So you don't mind roaming the classroom, seeing a girl that maybe look like an athlete's not playing, why not get involved, encourage them to come out?
Absolutely. Even if it's in a managerial role, sometimes our students just need to have some sort of influence that's beyond the classrooms or the things that they're dealing with at home. So if we give them sports and athletics as an outlet, it could make a world of difference.
Yeah, look at the history of the AD spot at Dudley. I think I remember maybe one former female AD years ago, Mary Jo Lentz, I think maybe was the AD here back maybe in the 80s or early 90s.
Absolutely.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so I've definitely been told that.
You heard the name anyway, right?
I have heard the name. I also heard, I was like, well, there's only been one, and it's been less than, I think, 75 years is what I was told. I was like, what, really? So yeah, excited to be the second female athletic director in Dudley history for sure. I think I might have the youngest on the books as well at the current moment.
What about coaching? Did you do any coaching here at Dudley before you became the AD? Were you a coach here at Dudley?
I was a coach. I was
you
a
were a track coach, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. I was a track coach. I was all across the board, but primarily a high jump coach. Got to see one of my athletes actually win a state championship this past season, Stephen Davis.
I was going to say Stephen Davis. Deuce Davis came out of nowhere, became a high jumper, became a star, almost as good in track as he was in football.
Absolutely. Once he took that leap, it was sky's the limit for him. So I'm sure you'll be seeing him again sometime soon.
And that's the key. Probably a lot of kids at Dudley and other high schools find the kids who maybe be good at one sport. They might be better at another sport, maybe even better at that sport than they were at their primary sport.
Absolutely. I take pride in that we do that at Dudley. We don't pigeonhole our kids to one sport. In the event that we see some level of potential, our coaches do their part and they push them to explore new things, because at the end of the day, we want to see our kids do the best, even if that means that they're no longer on our personal rosters.
And I know with the football team over the years, they've had guys who were basketball players, became football players, and signed NFL contracts and made some big leaps for them there.
Absolutely. It probably won't be the last time that you've seen that occur. It'll probably happen again.
What about come Friday nights? Let's run that football subject a little bit. Friday nights, is there a lot of excitement about Friday nights this fall, and you're in charge of these football games? That's going to become a lot of fun.
Friday nights excitement is definitely on the horizon. I'm excited myself. We have big plans to kind of revitalize some of our Friday night culture and even the school culture here surrounding our athletic department. So I'm excited. My kids are excited. We're ready to do some work.
And you've got a solid coaching staff built here at Dudley from the coaches that have been here over the years. And Frank McNeil comes to mind. He just coached an East-West All-Star Game assistant coach. I know you want to keep men like him on board, helping with the women's programs here.
Definitely would like to keep men like him on board. Would also like to add some additional women, which we are working on doing, just so we can kind of bridge that gap a little bit more to bolster what our female athletes and women in the building see.
What's the probably the approach to find these good young female coaches these days and get them to come to Dudley, get them to come to any high school? What's the approach to try to bring them on board?
A lot of it's word of mouth at this point. You never know where you're going to find your next coach. Sometimes people are afraid to ask for opportunities, and oftentimes I feel like that happens more often than not with women. They're afraid to step into roles that may not particularly be offered to them in the traditional sense. So I'm on the ground, boots down on the ground, asking whatever questions I need to ask, whether it be about a potential athlete or a potential coach.
So you've got a good background. Oral Roberts University and NCA&T, a good diverse background among your universities
diverse.
there. Very diverse. What got you interested in being an AD, being an athletic director? Where did that interest come from? What got you spirited to do that?
I feel like it was a natural progression. I went to college for pre-physical therapy, which is kind of a little bit left field.
We all need therapy.
Absolutely, right? So I've always had an interest in sports. I've been a lifelong athlete since the age of, 5 or 8? 8, yeah, mom's in the background. So I've been an athlete since the age of 8. It was a natural progression for some of my skills. Coach Wade likes to call me analytical.
I think you talk analytical. You had a good analytical speech about you too, yeah.
Yeah, so I go through all the details. I'm a very detail-oriented person, and it kind of falls into what you do as an athletic director.
I bet one of the hard parts is going to be you've got all the analytical parts down and be able to be analytical and still get it done quickly because you got to make rash, quick decisions.
Well, the best part about that is because I'm analytical, I oftentimes think about potential situations ahead of time.
Thinking ahead. Good thing to do. Coach Lee, good to talk to you, and good luck on your job as the AD at Dudley, and we look forward to seeing the work you're going to do here.
Thank you, Mr. Durham.